Thomas Jefferson has impacted America and continues to have his ideas shared by many across the nation. Thomas Jefferson's resume can stretch from sea to shining sea. The former governor, congressman, president, secretary of state, founding father, and most importantly, the leading author of the Declaration of Independence, did tremendous things during his time in service to the public. By doing so, he helped further the experiment of America. His thoughts and policies established precedents that would be followed by years to come. Thomas Jefferson was born on April 13, 1743, in Shadwell, Virginia, to a very wealthy family. Thomas Jefferson's father produced the first accurate map of Virginia, and his mother was a member of the famous Rudolph clan, a royal clan descendant from England. During Jefferson's childhood, he greatly enjoyed playing in the woods and practicing his violin. At the age of 9, Jefferson began a strict schooling of Latin and Greek until he was 14, and then he began further studying in math and literature. In 1760, after Jefferson had learned all he could from his tutors, he went to college at William and Mary, which is the second oldest college in America. Harvard is the oldest. William and Mary was not a very strict institution at the time, so as a result, Jefferson felt like he was not challenged in his studies. He found some older scholars within the university and began to study under them. One of those scholars was George Wythe, a prominent lawyer in the new colonies. George Wythe offered to let Jefferson read law under him. The acting of reading law was basically an apprenticeship under an already barred lawyer, since no law schools existed at the time. Jefferson took Wythe up on the opportunity and began a rigorous 5-year training to prepare for an examination by the Virginia bar. He passed the bar in 1767 and practiced until 1774. Due to the very strenuous training by Wythe, Jefferson was already a very educated attorney by the time he began practicing. During the time of his practice, he met his future wife, Martha Wales Skeleton, the richest woman in Virginia. They married on the 1st of January in 1772. Jefferson's political career in 1768, when he was elected to the Virginia House of Burgess, alongside Patrick Henry and George Washington. In 1774, Jefferson began to pen political documents. His first political document that he wrote was the Summary View of the Rights of British America. In this, he outlined the grievances faced by the people of the colonies. Jefferson's paper was well accepted by the members of Continental Congress, and he was named the eloquent advocate of the Congress. In 1775, he attended the Second Continental Congress. During this meeting, Congress voted to form a Continental Army, with placing George Washington in charge of it as Commander-in-Chief. In June of 1776, the Congress appointed a committee of 5 men to pen the Declaration of Independence. These 5 men were Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Roger Sherman, and Robert Livingston. These 5 men team set out to pen the greatest document in American history. It took 17 days to write the entire thing. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. This is a portion of the immortal words of Jefferson's Declaration of Independence. Congress adopted the document on July 4th, 1776. After writing the Declaration, Jefferson went back to Virginia and served in its legislature until 1779. During his time in the legislature, he aimed to make the laws in Virginia analogous to the ideas he laid out in his papers to Congress. Jefferson fought very hard for his sometimes radical ideas of how the government should look. For example, he sought to get rid of the idea that a father's estate is passed on to his eldest son in its entirety, leaving out other members of the family. Another example of Jefferson's ideas on education. He believed that the natural superiority-minded individuals should be educated superiorly to those who are weaker-minded, because those who are superior will one day rule the nation. Jefferson's proudest achievements was the Virginia Bill for establishing religious freedom. In this bill, he proposed that if the government was allowed to set a national religion, then that would allow the government to grant privileges or impose certain duties upon the citizens. This was against the ideas of liberty laid out in the Constitution. As you can see, I'm paying tribute to Thomas Jefferson because he was one of the greatest men to help form our country into what it is today. And thank you for listening to my speech. Bye.